Steven Jackson's checked in for the Spurs. Parsons checked in for the Rockets. Martin comes in for Courtney Lee. DeJuan Blair, he's checked in for San Antonio. Spurs trail by 5. Talking about Parker. Duncan alone, Clark, isn't enough to get the best record in the West, best record in the NBA. You need a second star, and Parker was that.
Well, Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, they kind of team up together to be the other superstar to go alongside Duncan, and I think they're really underrated, I mean, in terms of what they're able to produce on a nightly basis and the kind of pressure they put on the other team's defense.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Martin's got his second basket of the game. Blair, the screen. Can be covering. Shot is off, and the Rockets go the other way.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They've completely dominated the boards here.
6 to shoot. Parsons passes to Patterson. Here's Lowry. And the layup is good. And it's a 9-point Rocket lead.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time again, guys, and it's paying off for them the way they're playing this game. I like their strategy. They really need to start looking elsewhere, guys, because he can't get anything to go. I'm not sure what they're thinking offensively. Poor decision on that pass.
Now Blair, following the three-point attempt by Tony Parker. Looking to end the drought. But they recover it. And Blair kicks to Diaw. Nice movement. Knocked away.
Boy, that was a great steal. Prevented what may have been an easy hoop. Nothing fancy for him on that jam. Just a textbook flush.
Clarkey put it away without a moment's hesitation.
Figured it was just a matter of time before Mikal found his way back to a sideline. I mean, he just has too much love for the game and wanted to be in the middle of the action, so he couldn't stay away too long.
Man, what a tough quarter for him. 1 for 6 to this point.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, getting back to Mikal, it'd be very interesting to see what he can do, as this will be the first time out of the Timberwolves franchise. So a second opportunity for Mikal. And I think his strength is actually coaching. I think that's what he's best at. So this could be a very good fit for him and for Houston.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for DeJuan Blair. Goran Dragic is checked in for the Rockets. Dragic with it, covered by Parker. Parsons. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. From 11 feet away, Parker with another miss.
Boy, they've been all over the glass. Big advantage in the rebound totals.
Yeah, that's really carried them in this one, guys. I mean, those one-and-dones have really set a nice tone and let them establish this lead.
And it's Patterson finishing it off. Here's Parker. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, and very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look. And you see how easily he got around his defender there on the drive. Just too strong for him.
You know, I look at the Rockets, and they're one of those teams that regularly is scrapping for a playoff spot. I mean, normally they're a pretty tough out whenever they face other Western Conference teams, but last season they fell to 25 and 27 against the West, just under 500. Well, I like the way he fed that ball inside with precision there.
Here's Dragic, covered by Parker. Straight up. It's rebounded by Boris Diaw. Diaw's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Steve, that was their first losing record against Western Conference foes in half a decade.
Wow. Well, they're always competitive, Kevin. They've always had good teams in Houston, but I think losing Yao Ming for most of the season really hurt them, and they just didn't have quite enough talent to compete against the West at a really high level.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
Matt Bonner, who led the NBA in three-point field goal percentage a season ago, nicknamed the Red Rocket because when he used to play in Toronto, he'd take the subway to practice, and the nickname for that system was the Red Rocket.
And that one's good. Parker.
Well, you know what? He finally didn't force one there, Kevin. I mean, I'd like to see him get a few more looks like that.
They get it again. Patterson hits it. Well done on the second effort. Patterson's got 6. Straight up. And Parker gets it to go. The assist from Leonard.
He has so much confidence, guys. What a finish.
And Matt Bonner, Steve, as you said, led the NBA in three-point shooting percentage last year, 46%. Parker was pretty impressive.
Very impressive. And when you see that quirky catapult release, it's quite amazing. But, again, it's not about style. It's about substance. And he puts it in the basket from that three-point line.
By the way, I like Steve's story on the Red Rocket. And the,
yeah, exactly.
Taking the subway in Toronto. Good stuff, Steve.
Yeah, very good work.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, one of the Spurs' keys to success is always having at least one three-point threat on the floor to spread it at all times. With a capable Tim Duncan down low, that certainly makes sense. He's a big man who can pass and make the right plays. As Greg Popovich says, the way the game is played now, you have to have somebody to spread the floor. Guys, it has worked in the past.
Thank you, Doris. With someone like Duncan, having a 3-threat on the floor is incredibly valuable.
Well, a lot of teams rely on a 3 specialist to spread the floor now.
Well, that's what San Antonio has tried to do for years. I mean, put three-point shooters around Tim Duncan to give him the space he needs down on the block. So that's a huge help for him.
Here's Duncan, and it's sent back by Dallenberg. Dragic kicks to Scola. Dishes it to Budinger. Here's Dragic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
When you look at the Houston Rockets, always the Rockets have been a tough team on the road. I mean, last season, even though they missed the playoffs, you know, they had the 11th best road record in the league at 18-23.
Well, when you think about the Rockets, such a scrappy team. Steve, are you surprised that they've been successful on the road?
Well, they're a tough team. They have smart veterans. They play hard every single night. So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is a club that's very capable. And I thought Rick Adelman did a nice job with that team, having them prepared and ready every night.
Backing him down is Duncan. And he makes good on the layup. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
You gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
Martin from outside. No good on that last second attempt there. And that does it for the first half of play.
33. The Rockets. 44.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Who's watching here?
So with Ginobili sitting on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Duncan out there with Boris Diaw. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Green, and it's Parker in at the point guard position. He's guarded by Dragic. Takes it up. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Dragic kicks to Scola. Parsons passes to Scola. Leonard with the steal.
And, you know, despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
Well, eventually, guys, you know those mistakes will come back and haunt you, so they've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
First team.
Here's Dragic. 12 points for him. Covered by Parker. We have a step back. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 14 points for the game.
He's gotten himself involved in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic all-around performance, guys.
Diaw dishes to Parker. The jump hook. And the basket by Diaw.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Now here's Scola. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Scola's got 4 points this quarter.
Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Well, they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
Parker with it. He's guarded by Dragic. And that one's good. Parker's got 10 points in the game.
You know, I'm thinking one of the things that really makes Parker so dangerous is that he has such a high shooting percentage for a smallish guard, but he's so crafty and clever at finishing around the rim, but he also has improved his perimeter shot, too.
Here's Dragic. 14 points for him. Steps back and fires. A rebound by the Spurs. Leonard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Well, Clark, back to Parker for a second. That percentage has been right around 50% now for about, what,
52% last year.
In that 7 consecutive years. We've seen about that same number. Steve, you can appreciate those numbers, I'm sure, having played where you played in the NBA.
Well, that's always the benchmark for a guard. If you could shoot 50%, that's impressive. And I think in Parker's case, there's 2 reasons for it. One is that he's improved his jump shot. 2 is that he gets to the rim so often, and he's so fast, he gets high percentage looks, particularly in transition.
Great steal in the paint. Thought he might get a layup out of it, and he wound up turning it over.
No good from Dragic.
I think he's capable of shooting the ball much better than he has so far. I don't think there's any doubt about that, guys.
Here's Martin, and the dunk by Scola.
Boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on that one.
Now here's Parker. He's got 10. They're moving the ball. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deflects the pass.
Excellent anticipation. As soon as that pass was in the air, he was on the move and picked it off.
Here's Dragic, covered by Parker. 3-pointer, Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 6 assists in the game.
You know, guys, the Spurs played great basketball against their Western Conference foes. I mean, they went 38-14 against the West.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul called on the Houston Rockets. Steve, when you look at the Spurs' regular season dominance a season ago, what was the key in your mind?
I thought it was Greg Popovich's style. I mean, he decided to go away from that traditional inside-out game. They got much faster as a team. They played a higher pace. And Pop knew they had to take advantage of their scoring and to cover up for the fact that they're no longer one of the most talented teams in the NBA.
Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.